I was like, this is pretty cool. This is gonna be the hook right here. Eeny, meeny, 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 miny, mo. What's up, y'all? This is your girl, JoiBeatz, and this is my version of Verified. The producer, James Duvac, aka Duvac, he sent a list of beats. This beat was one of them, and I started right into it. And off top, for some reason, the catchphrase that we used to say as little kids, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by the toe, if he hollers, let him go. Like, it just popped in my head like, eeny, meeny, eeny, eeny, meeny, eeny, eeny, miny, mo. And it's crazy because I wrote the whole song, right? And I text James. I was like, yo, is anybody on this beat? Because I didn't want to get my hopes up and it was taken. He was like, oh, actually, I have already had an idea of who to put on the beat. Da, da, da. And I was like, please. Like, I basically begged him. I was like, please, let me keep this. Like, I'm going to send you the demo. Just please let me have this one. And he gave it to me. I don't know. It could be special treatment because we have the same birthday. Libra gang, September 26th. After that, the rest is that. I recorded it. I did my thing. And that's how Eeny Meeny came to be. When I have thoughts in my head in terms of like old rhymes or catchphrases or something like that, I like to do research behind it to see what it's all about, you know, because I don't want to just be saying lines and words and it's like something drawn, you know what I'm saying? The phrase itself is known to be a popular decision-making tool for kids. And then as I dive deeper into the history, sadly, with a lot of these catchphrases that we say when we're younger, they said that it was like a racist chant as well. So they used to say, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a N-word by the toe. I wanted to incorporate those two meanings, make it into a storyline, and I wanted to tie it into the music industry. Eeny, meeny, eeny, meeny, eeny, meeny, eeny, miny, mo. Catch another one slacking and just steal all his flows. He ain't putting in work, so I gotta let him know that someone else gonna take his place that's showing better growth. It's the higher ups in the industry, the music execs, the people that have a say and make the moves. They're basically like, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who am I gonna choose to be my next victim, or basically just the next artist that I want to bring forward. Catch another one slacking and steal all his flows. So basically it's like, okay, I'm gonna choose you. I'm gonna build a brand around you, a storyline. And if you're not able to execute, I could find someone else that's willing to do the work, that could do the same flow as you, the same style. We could put them under the same brand and the vision that we had, but it's just gonna be another person if you're not gonna do it. Someone else gonna take your place that's showing better growth. Sadly, in this music industry, especially signed artists, if you're not doing your thing and you're not satisfying them, they could find someone else. They could replace you easily and go to someone else. And it's like, is what it is, sadly. Picture perfect, paint a perfect picture, although I can't really paint. Got a little brush in my left hand while the right one is for the saints. Cause there's no point in being wrong unless I make some rights with my left. 3 times a charm, how I progress. In this test of life, it's my little quest. First off, the first line is just a play on words, using a lot of P's. And then the rest of the line, I'm basically saying, I can't really paint well, so I'm gonna use my left hand since that's not my dominant hand. And the right one is for the saints because, you know, in terms of people being right, saints as in like all holy, religiously. And then it's like, unless I make some rights with my left, 3 times a charm is how I progress because 3 lefts make a right, you know? So even me talking about it is like, I'm just like, wait, so I did it like this and I meant it like that. It's really a lot to think about. It's like not deep, but deep. I guess you could take it how you want to take it. Never any time for some rest. Pause. I just lied to the best. Got a couple rooting for me in the back. I just called them my pest dog. You know, people are like, never sleep. I'm always grinding. Da da da. The next line was, I just lied to the best. Because sometimes you have your lazy days. Sometimes you don't feel like working. You don't feel like grinding. Like, it's okay to have that lazy moment in time where you're not always grinding all the time, because you need that self-care, you know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to count their bread, saving all their crumbs while they selling dope, and they selling dreams, and they selling schemes, and they selling screens while I'm selling hope. everybody trying to grind, like I said. Everybody trying to save up their crumbs, do what they need to do to make their money, be the best they could be so they could live financially free. In terms of what the media shows, everybody shows the end product, but they don't show the grind and the struggle that happened, the process that happened before. So it's like everybody's selling these dreams, selling schemes. You know, there's a lot of scammers out there selling screens because on TV and media itself, everybody's looking at their screens. And so everybody's thinking life should be this way, that way, when in reality, it's really not like that. So I'm just like, everybody's going to do that. I'm just trying to sell hope. And I'm trying to inspire people and basically show, like, be real, like, be the realest I could be, to be honest. So that's the first verse. I'm going to make sure that I get you out the slums, yeah. Give a couple stacks to show you that you worth it. Get you a Lambo with some chains. Show your purpose. This is how you make it in this game, so join the service. This is basically the music execs talking, selling those dreams, selling those schemes, and telling whoever's trying to make it in the game, like, I could get you out the slums. I could get you out the bad area you're in, poverty you're in, and I could give you these cars, these chains, and everything. But it's like people aren't realizing that all that money you're getting isn't yours, right? Like, it's yours, but you got to remember, you're not going to make all this money once you get your sales right away, because all that Lambo you bought, them chains you bought from that money they gave you, instead of putting it into your music, you're paying material stuff with it, but all that money needs to recoup. Even if you get like 1 million streams on your first song, you still not gonna make anything until that money recoups. I said, like, join the service, because it's basically like a life deal, especially for people that don't really pay attention to their contracts and get so, not money hungry, but a lot of people aren't knowledgeable in contracts and wording and stuff like that. So they're thinking, yeah, I made it, not realizing they basically sold their whole life, because you're in a contract for 5 years, 10 years. And then it's like, you under these people for a good chunk of your life. Settle down. They chose me. Yeah, I got the crown. I'm the new mogul talk of the town. Give me another round. The character is developing. You know, they just got signed. You're like, hey, I'm dope. I'm the new person on the come up. Everybody talking about me. I'm doing my thing. Who are you to tell me who I am? Like, I am me. I just got signed. I'm making these deals. Come mess with me. Like, y'all can't mess with me. I don't care what you say, cause I'ma do it anyway. I'm a young millionaire, so yeah, I'm placed here to stay. Pass me the rolly while I'm in the booth. Gotta ease my brain, get me in the mood. Blind to the truth, tell me who was you. Coming in my face, talking something new. Oh, I'm the man that collects your debt. You're really broke, fronting faulty checks. Give me 20 songs in 1 week and make them about the sex. They're flying throughout this whole verse, and then halfway in, they're starting to realize they're actually being controlled. They don't really have a total say with what they create, how they're creating it. And this is when the person comes in and tells them, you're flaunting on the gram, you flaunting on the social media, talking about you signed, you got this money, But in reality, you really broke. You blind to the truth. You really broke. You don't really have all this money that you're saying, because you're not making any money off of this right now. Like, who knows when... If your songs do well, who knows if you make that money back, you know what I'm saying? And start to profit off of your music. And so this person's coming in and telling them, like, give me 20 songs in 1 week, make them about the sex, telling them basically, this is what we want you to create. We don't care what you already had in mind. This is what you're going to do. And that's how you're going to do it. I don't know if I'll make it out here sometime. I don't know if my light continues to shine. If I reach all of the people during my time, I don't know if I... Now the character is realizing, dang, like, I'm not as golden or bossed up as I thought I would be. Based on the vision they had, the music they wanted to put out there, they're like, I don't know if I actually inspire and reach the people in the way I really want to, because I'm being controlled in the content in the music that I'm creating. The outro is actually inspired by Jaden Smith, his Sire album, in terms of how the beat will go really hard, and then towards the end, or whatever song transitions into the next part of his album, it just go into singing, and he'll add a lot of layers and stuff like that. So that's what inspired me to do that part. That's Eeny Meeny. Go stream it on all streaming platforms. JoiBeatz, JoiBeatz. Peace. This is one of my lovies, Sagwa. I have 3 stuffed animal bags so far. So the little background story, one of my friends, Bougie Junie, he's also an artist. I saw him one time wearing a teddy bear backpack and I was like, that's really cool. And me, since my character is pretty bubbly and like goofy, I was like, it'll be cool to incorporate it into my brand and just have stuffed animal backpacks. And since I love matching, I have a different backpack for each color. So I have a purple one and I have a blue one. And yeah, so I bring them with me all the time. Even in the club, I be the person with a stuffed animal backpack in the club. Like, so yeah, this is Sagwa, my baby.